My name is Claire Liskey, and this is my project. I have 5 chapters: classroom context, school context, community context, data analysis, and then forward thinking reflection. Chapter 1, classroom context. Here are my data sources and findings, and my themes: multiculturalism, classroom environment, and family involvement. Many of my students come from different cultural backgrounds. Excuse me. And I have observed this throughout my internship. It is important to recognize and appreciate these cultures. I've learned more about how to be a culturally responsive teacher through celebrating cultures in my classroom and making connections with families, whether that's online or in person. And here are my data references and my image references. Chapter 2, school context. Here are some demographic information about Chandler High School and some special programs that they have. And here are my data sources and findings. My 3 themes are cultural representation, school pride, and a lack of motivation. Throughout Chapter 2, I began to realize the true impact that cultural identity acceptance makes within a school. Throughout Chandler's cultural assemblies and spotlights, I've learned how important it is to create a safe and welcoming environment for students. I've also learned the value of engaging lessons and how necessary it is to establish a good relationship with your students to increase engagement and motivation in the classroom. It is so important to create engaging and culturally competent lessons to create a safe and positive learning environment. And here are my data references and my image references. Chapter 3, community context. Here is a map of Chandler High School and its surroundings. My data sources and findings, and my themes are school and community politics, culturally significant / family-owned businesses, and a diversity of income. Throughout Chapter 3, I learned more about school and community politics and the diverse community of Chandler. School and community politics are important to stay informed on because they directly affect us and our students and their access to resources. Chandler is a very diverse area with a lot of cultural history surrounding it, and it also has a big range of socioeconomic statuses. There are neighborhoods with very, very expensive houses next to mobile home parks, so it is a very diverse area. These are important to keep in mind when working with students. I hope to be a supportive and active teacher to be able to support my students in the best way I can. Here are my data references and my image references. Chapter 4, data analysis. I have learned the importance of career-based pathways for student engagement. When students feel that learning is meaningful, they feel more motivated. Parent engagement is also extremely important for students to have the most success in their schooling as possible. Diverse and inclusive environments are key for students developing cultural awareness and empathy, which are 2 important qualities that I would like to emphasize in my future classroom. I also hope to be a resource for my students who may be in need, which I will make sure to be prepared for. I want to be a very strong communicator with my future family so that I can build a foundation of trust and reliability. Students' home life, school, and community are all connected with how successful and engaged a student may be in school. The home provides structure, the school can offer academic support, and the community can support by offering real-world experience opportunities to students. Here are my data references and my image references. Chapter 5, forward thinking reflection. So I have 5 professional goals here. Goal 1, I will communicate consistently with families by sending monthly newsletters that provide updates on learning, upcoming events, and ways to support students. Goal 2, I will foster relationships with my families by regularly sending positive emails / calling home to share student progress and positive behavior. Goal 3, I will actively support my students in school community by being present at school events and engaging with families inside and outside of the classroom. Goal 4, I will support student and family well-being by regularly doing mental and emotional check-ins to foster a caring and responsive classroom environment. And Goal 5, I will maintain consistency and accessibility for students and families by being readily available to communicate and address needs in a timely manner. My values of consistency, communication, and trust will support my ability to engage in goal-related activities, such as going to student events, creating meaningful connections with families, and many more. Two approaches I will take to build relationships is showing up to school events and incorporating student cultures into my classrooms. When students feel as though they are represented, they will feel more safe and welcome in the classroom. By incorporating community members and resources, as well as introducing cultural spotlights into my classroom, I will be able to strengthen interactions between the school, classroom, and community. I also strive to have positive, consistent, and culturally responsive communication in my classroom so that I can have strong and trust-based relationships with my students and their families. Here are my data references, and here are my image references. Thank you.